There's some creators that can't get my name out of their mouth and they can't stop talking about me, and they continuously spread slanderous lies against me, and I've never been in a Facebook group. This isn't jealousy. These are crimes. Y'all can talk so much shit about me, but then if I dare to respond, I'm somehow the bad guy. You guys are the masters of gaslighting. It's the stupidest game on YouTube I've ever existed. So go talk yourself. Oh, Katie, but if you respond, then you're just giving them what they want. Katie, it's never going to stop. It doesn't stop even if I ignore them. Like, it doesn't stop if I ignore them. It doesn't stop if I say their names. It never stops. So guess what, you guys, all of you that are doing this are like, at this point, like, am I bothered by it? No, I'm annoyed because you guys are just annoying. If you don't love me anymore, unsubscribe. But I'm going to go back to being me. I'm not going to apologize anymore for being me. I'm not going to bend to what other people want of me anymore. This other stuff is noise to me. It's irrelevant to what I do. These people don't pay my bills. My audience is who I care about. I don't care about the rest of this stuff. So if you guys want to keep talking about me, talk about me, fine. Thus far, it's no one's job to take anyone else down, and it's no one's job to remove other people. And if you're trying to harm somebody else's business by exposing them to take them down, that's actually a business tort. So I try not to do that because I don't want to be sued for that. I don't want to be sued for harming someone else's business. So I try to stay away from that when it comes to other content creators. I've never said I was a journalist. I've never, like, people will refer to me as a journalist, but I don't have like training in journalism. But
hi beautiful people, hope you guys are doing well. I apologize for skipping the pleasantries, but there is so much to go over. The usual disclaimer, please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. At this point, enough is enough. Without a crystal ball, aka Katie Joy, keeps doing the same shit. Different day, different person, but the same shit. And the reason she keeps doing this is because she keeps getting away with the BS she pulls. She keeps coming out unscathed. She is never held accountable, and it's about time YouTube is made aware of what she does on other platforms, and other platforms that she does this bullshit on needs to be made aware of the harm that she is bringing to other people by doxing them. She puts people in bad situations. Why is this okay for her to dox people? And this is not the first time Katie Joy is doxing somebody. This is a pattern for Katie Joy. I don't care if the people she is doxing, example Vader Jade that she recently doxed on YouTube, only has 2,000 subscribers. She doesn't deserve to be put in harm's way. Her life matters. She matters. Katie Joy has doxed Tati Westbrook and was sued by Tati Westbrook, which she eventually, and I'm talking about Katie Joy, eventually settled with Tati, gave up her source, and is now a witness for Tati in one of her lawsuits. Katie Joy has shown her true colors over and over and over again, and she is still going strong with absolutely no repercussions. How does she keep coming out of this unscathed? All that she has done in the past and continually does is absolutely unacceptable. The people that I'm going to be speaking about in today's video do not agree with everything they say, but what Katie Joy has done to them and is doing to them is unacceptable. For as long as Katie Joy has been on YouTube, as per my research, she has always claimed to be the victim. From falsely accusing her neighbors of destroying her property and being horrible to her and her family, making claims that another YouTuber's husband took his mom off life support for the inheritance, to falsely accusing another man who was still trying to clear his name after he was accused by Katie Joy of SH. And the most sickening for me was when a woman in Pennsylvania who was battling cancer at the time, Katie Joy was harassing her, that she lived in fear of her life, and that is just the tip of the iceberg. Also, Katie Joy will go to the courts, use the court system to silence people. She will even lie to the courts to get people to stop spreading the truth about her. Katie Joy is always crying wolf, claiming victimhood, claiming people are targeting her. From what I have researched, Katie Joy is the main instigator. When she loses control, she becomes unhinged and sets out to bring harm to others by doxing them, digging into their private lives, just so she can, in her mind, be the victor. From the time Katie Joy, as I said, came onto YouTube, she tried to pass herself off or give this persona as being this kind, caring, compassionate, understanding person. My bad, as she claims she's an advocate. I personally have not seen any of these traits. And if she has displayed some of these traits, she did maybe once. I think she was talking about Charlotte on the web. Came across as compassionate. It didn't take her long to actually follow it up with a dig at Charlotte. Finally, she found a way in which she could make herself feel important by conning and misleading people on the internet, and also being able to make money and not dealing with people face to face. She has navigated the YouTube system and, the way I see it, mastered the go around of YouTube's TOS in order for her to financially profit. And she doesn't care who she offends or hurts to get what she wants. And let's not forget, she even said, why should she even listen to a YouTube manager? In the beginning, she tried her best to get in or befriend other YouTubers. Unfortunately, no friendship or relationships have lasted, because Katie Joy has always wanted to be the head bitch in charge. To name a few of the creators she went after that I am aware of, people like LB, Truth Sleuth, Sherelle's World, John Yates, Steve McCrae, Preacher Boy, Creepshow Art, Keemstar, Miss Suzanne Tikkemeyer, Emily D. Baker, Dustin Daly, Nick Snyder, Angelica Owls, and that's just to name a few, and I can think off the top of my head. When Katie Joy cannot get what she wants or doesn't get the response she anticipates, she will come after you, and with a vengeance. Spread malicious lies about you, dig into your personal life, distribute that information so you can be humiliated, and sometimes harm can be brought against you. This is what she has done from the start of her YouTube career, and still doing this to date. Now, remember Janelle Evans? Remember Amber Portwood? Now with Janelle Evans, I'm not talking about what's going on now, but in response to when Janelle didn't want to have anything to do with her anymore, all the correspondence that she had with Janelle that was supposed to be off the record, and since Janelle had wanted to have nothing to do with her anymore and she felt rejected by Janelle, she came and exposed all the correspondence between her and Janelle, and her wording was, and not verbatim, what was supposed to be off record is now on record. And with Amber Portwood, what did she do? She took the most vulnerable part of her life that was recorded and distributed it on her channel, to which she made thousands of dollars. And she even bragged about how she could afford now to finally buy herself a new couch. She will stop at nothing if she feels that you are portraying her in a negative light, or even when she feels that, oh shit, people are finally realizing the shitty human being that I am, and that is when she becomes unhinged and she goes after people. And because of all these toxic traits of hers and her mindsets that she feels she is so invincible, she has found herself in numerous lawsuits, and I think it's 5 lawsuits now, and to date she has won not one, yet takes pride and convinces herself that she has won these lawsuits. She has won absolute shit. She has lost so much money that look at the lengths that she is going through to retrieve that money, by lying on people, by falsely accusing people of shit, by name calling people. And I'm talking about the reality TV that she reports on her YouTube channel. And I just told you at the beginning of this video how she is going as far as now calling the sister wives prostitutes. Katie Joy keeps playing this victim card, and how everyone is just always speaking so negative about her and lying about her. Well, I'm here to let you know the only liar is without a crystal ball, aka Katie Joy. Over the years, I've listened to people tell me how Katie Joy has hurt them and the lengths that she went through to actually silence them. It is mind-blowing. This weekend she was in full dox mode, and the true coward that she is, she has since deleted some of the postings she made. But never fret, because we have people like Ball 2.0 on Instagram and Llama Girl on Twitter. And if you guys are interested in following them, their link is in my description box. Feel free to go and follow them. That is where you can keep up to date with all of Katie Joy's daily shenanigans. Now, Katie Joy has been getting a lot of backlash during this week about her coverage on Sister Wives. And I commend those people, and some of these people are her loyal followers. And they themselves are catching on to her BS and starting to see the light. And obviously she is not happy about the backlash that she's getting, because she cannot go after or fully blame these people or go after these people, because at the end of the day, they are the ones that watch her videos, engage with her, and pay her bills. So she had to find something else to take her frustrations out of, or become unhinged, and which I think I have figured out. But I will get into that. And as I said, she has been getting all this backlash about her Sister Wives content from her postings. She is now accusing Cody of being a pimp, nothing short of referring to Mary, Janelle, and Christine as prostitutes. Yes, you heard me say that. Prostitutes. We will go over all that in a separate video, because there's so much more important things to discuss, and her putting people in harm's way. On Saturday night, she was clearly spiraling and not liking what certain people were saying, or let's say revealing about her, and that is the truth about her. And in my opinion, as she was doing her weekly roundup, checking up on how and what people were discussing about her and how they portraying her, she went and she checked up on these Facebook groups that report about her. And in my opinion, I think she saw how this group is gaining momentum and rapidly, and she is just not happy about that. I'm talking about the Facebook group Without a Crystal Ball Exposed, that is run by Vader Jade. Now, remember when Katie Joy actually said that how it would be so hypocritical if she actually goes after people that talk about her.
There's been a lot of videos made about me. A lot. I mean, I understand if you want to talk about me, talk about me. I really don't care. I don't care if you say a million things about me. I think I would be a hypocrite, and I've learned the hard way, because I used to get really mad when people made videos about me. Now I just don't even care, and I really don't care to comment, because it's like, I kind of think of it as this way, is like, I go on my platform and I am a reporter and I report on people in the public sphere. So I just sort of like let people talk.
They have a rule in their house not to watch any coverage about her. Katie Joy, that clip clearly did not age well. And you keep proving to yourself that you are this hypocrite. Acknowledge it. Stop lying to yourself. You really, truly need to stop lying to yourself. You are so bothered about what people say about you, because you are trying mighty hard to convince people not to listen to the truth tellers. Once again, you're doing what you usually do when you're losing control, putting people in harm's way by distributing false information about them, fabricating shit. And as you will see, as we get into her postings from the weekend, when she doxed Vader Jade and one of her admins, Miss Brenda. And let me tell you from experience, her cronies are brutal, and I am sure others can attest to that. So when Katie Joy started making these postings and it was sent to me, I quickly went into research mode to see what is causing her to become so unhinged, posting manically, trying to do damage control. And sensing she was doxing Vader and going after Miss Brenda, I went to Vader's channel and I found this tidbit, and this, in my opinion, is what set Katie off, made her become unhinged and totally go off the rails.
I realized a lot of people, Brenda came up with a great idea. Brenda is one of our admins, okay? And she came up with the idea to put all the links of all the people that cover Katie, and then do a standard live, which this is it, just explaining who Without a Crystal Ball is. Because before this was the Without a Crystal Ball exposed group, in the group, we have a pinned post that I posted today, and this is going to be a live that's also going to be in the featured section. So a lot of people have joined, and they joined anyway without even knowing who she is. So I figured we would do a live today just explaining who she is. And in the description are also all the links to a bunch of resources, which we're going to read off here soon, places that you can go to learn about her. Hey, Brenda, we're putting a 1 in the chat of people that do know her, and a 2 in the chat if you don't know her.
Great idea.
So we're just waiting on that. Most of you that are watching right now do know who she is. Okay. Well, there is a ton of people that don't know who she is. So this is for them and for anybody in the future that joins. And if you have not yet, please go ahead and join the Without a Crystal Ball Unleashed Facebook page. Brenda, I know that you're better at this, at wording things. Can you kick us off with who she is, when she started, and so on?
Katie Joy has been around for a long time. She is a very problematic YouTuber. And, you know, the gossip rags that you see in the supermarket, like the National Enquirer, excuse me, things like that. That's kind of like what she is. It's not that we're saying she lies all the time, but she really embellishes things. And she does tell a lot of lies. She does have a lot of made up sources, and it becomes problematic. She talks about a lot of the TLC shows like Sister Wives and 19 Kids and Counting On. Of course, those have been canceled now, but she still reports, and I use that term loosely, on the Duggars and other families like that. She really is kind of obsessed with those two at the moment. But she's been around for many years, excuse me, as a grifter. She joined a church for 3 years just to get money for her family and pretended to be a Christian.
I would never say that I was actually a Christian.
We pretended to be Christians for about 3 years. And so we were like a little bit like beat down, and we were like desperate for something. And so we went to a church, and we got sucked into like this crazy like Assemblies of God crap that was like, I had no idea what we were getting into. And my breaking point was that the church was full of crap, and they were like always asking for money, and they were never helping anyone in the church. They didn't tell us where the money was going. We were just supposed to trust them. The pastor had like sermons where he would talk about his jealousy of other pastors that had bigger churches. They just were really sketchy, and they never did anything to help people, and everything was superficial on the surface. Like nothing, relationships were nothing beyond that. And I just got like this overly creepy vibe because nobody was into like vaccines or medication, and everyone homeschooled. It was weird. So we left. I was atheist the whole time I was there. I was just pretending. She says a lot of things that are very problematic, like she can't wait to get older and harass teenage boys.
When I get old, I want to be the old grandma that like actually harasses the young boys that walk by. I don't even care.
She is known for going on Instagram Live, drunk, drinking, and not that there's anything wrong with drinking.
Luca, do you want to fight? Do you want to go live with me and fight? I'll fight you.
But she gets drunk online and will go after her followers, and she's very nasty to them when they disagree with her. She likes to create just an echo chamber because she wants everybody to echo her opinions. And I'm sure there are a lot of you out there listening who have joined our group because you were blocked by her because you dare disagree. And that's one of her things that are really problematic, is that she just wants an echo chamber, wants everyone to agree with her. And if you don't, then you're blocked or you're talked nasty to, or both. And there is so much content out there because she makes her money off of YouTube. So she's really good at navigating YouTube's terms of service, so she doesn't get a strike on her channels. I think she has been struck before, but she knows that's her bread and butter, so she kind of behaves on there, even though her content isn't all that great. It's on her other platforms of social media, such as Instagram, Facebook, where you really see the real Katie Joy. And she is just not a good person.
She's not. When did she start? 2017, or is that right?
I think that's when she started on YouTube, but she's been on the internet and in different groups. I first came across her, I want to say it was, I don't know, probably 10, 15 years ago. She was on a another site and kind of inserted herself into some drama there. And that's how I got familiar with her. And this was at the time she was writing for a website called Pathos. And this is where she got her idea in her head that she was a reporter, because she was actually a blogger, and Pathos at the time didn't really like their writers to be called bloggers, so they let everybody kind of choose what they want to be called. So she chose to be called a reporter, and that's where that originated. So she's been around a long time.
I was just letting them know she's not really a reporter. She thinks she is. We got to explain that part, because they're probably like, well, is she a reporter?
No, she was never a reporter. She wrote for a blogging site called Pathos, and that's where she got started. But she's never been to any kind of formal training to be a journalist or a reporter.
And what pisses me off as a journalist, and I hate people that come from BuzzFeed, by the way. Honestly, I love this kind of stuff. So my favorite website is Pacer, which is the federal website that has all of this kind of crap on it. I have a freaking monthly subscription so I can download documents and court records. I love court records. I wanted to be a lawyer, and I had ADHD. And I actually did not go to school for journalism. I wanted to, though, but I didn't.
Supposedly she has a degree in Spanish, but if you look at how she treats the English language, it makes me wonder how she could master another, but that's a whole other point.
Okay, so I figured we would take you over to her YouTube channel, and we'll show you who she is, where to find her. I mean, we might as well, we run a page about her, we might as well show you where to find her if you're interested. So as you see, here's some stuff about the sister wives.
Where's the defamation? Where's the lies, Katie Joy? Because as far as I heard, I think Miss Brenda nailed it. Described you to the T. And let's not forget how Katie Joy truly gets so pressed when people do not give her credit and do not name her or even name her channel, yet Vader did all this. Because as Vader said, if she's going to have a page about Without a Crystal Ball, she would definitely, and which she did, actually lead people to and check out Without a Crystal Ball. So what is the problem? Now let's go to where it all began. When she started spiraling and became unhinged, and these are the postings that set everything off. For anyone wondering, Without a Crystal Ball does not have any Facebook groups where supporters or followers engage. All pages using our likeness or name are not affiliated with us and are troll groups that use these pages to harass and drive traffic to other YouTube creators so they can make money. These pages and groups are all run by the same people. They all spread the same lies about Without a Crystal Ball that are not true and are defamatory. In an effort to be fully transparent, the claims made about me are 100% false. Claims that I lock my child in a room 24/7 are false. Claims that I neglect my son are false. Claims that I abuse my son are false. If you have a question, ask it now. I have people actively sending me screenshots from these groups, and they are using the group to encourage harassment and discord in comments on my pages. Followers are encouraged to post negative comments about my post and disagree with the post so that I block them, and then they can again complain that I block people. I have the names of all the admins. I will answer questions about the situation, but moving forward, do not join these groups believing they are for my viewers. I do not have any groups, and the people running these groups are extremely dangerous and will harass and stalk people that do not agree with them. Admin Brenda is currently seeking people to negatively post and disagree with anything I post, regardless if it's factual reporting. For all that I say, how sad and pathetic. Do you really believe your own BS, Katie Joy? Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. When the WACB Reddit was growing and she was not happy, she even said that she was going to start her own Reddit where people can go and get the truth. And what happened to that Reddit, Katie Joy? Once again, referring to yourself as multiple. Who is our? Please clarify. To my knowledge, the Facebook page is geared towards people that have been blocked by you, Katie Joy, and also exposing the truth about you with evidence. Katie Joy succeeded in the past by using the court to take down pages about her and for people to stop talking about her, and she thinks that will work again. This time, you claim that this page is run by the same people. Who are the same people? And if it makes you feel better to lie to people or try to deter them from actually finding out the truth about you, also them finding out that at the end of the day, that you are the one that lies. So I highly suggest you'll go check out this page if you truly want to know the truth. This is a tactic of her manipulation. When she says people are accusing her of locking her son in a room 24/7. And no, correction, Katie Joy, you are being called out for allowing your son to be kept in a room for 10 hours. And you will hear from this unedited clip. And thank you so much to Lama Girl for this clip.
Is he not asleep? Is he asleep? Come on.
I have spent 10 hours in that room.
God, don't. It's been a busy day. Sorry, you guys. It's been a rough day for everyone. Everyone's tired. He's not falling asleep. Everything will be fine. He has insomnia, yes. But when he gets really emotional, he has a hard time falling asleep. And he's very emotional. So I have to go because I need to take over for my husband. He is at his wit's end, and I want to thank you guys for being here. And bye.
You clearly heard Todd say, and I quote, "I spent 10 hours in that room," end quote. She then covered the screen, the idiot, in hopes that it will mute the phone. And no one will be able to hear how frustrated Todd was. And the worst thing in my book is she didn't instantly get off of her Instagram live. Now that is the truth. Katie Joy's loyal followers that are quick to take up for her and attack people like me that expose her and want to be heroes for her, you will eventually find out the hard way that Katie Joy is all for herself. She will leave you hanging out to dry. And this has been proven time and time again. One example I can give you is Ori, one of her ex-loyal followers that actually was involved in her Tati lawsuit. But moving on. I personally have never seen anyone be encouraged to go and post negative comments from this Facebook page. These negative comments that she's seeing on her page are people that are fed up with her bullshit. Katie Joy is delusional and a liar. The only dangerous one I see is you, Katie Joy. As of recently, when you were negatively posting about Lydia Bates and took everything she was saying out of context, what did one of your followers do? Reported Lydia and her husband to CPS. And you did nothing to put that follower in her place. They just deleted that comment. We'll leave that link to that video down below. Why is Katie Joy so adamant and telling people not to join these groups? Is she afraid that these people's eyes will be open to all her lies, manipulation, and deceit? The only one that harasses, stalks, and is extremely dangerous is you, Katie Joy. Do I believe that, as Katie Joy states, that she's been sent screenshots of what this group is doing? I don't believe that. And I say that because, look, Vader did that live with Miss Brenda 3 days ago, which was probably Thursday. Katie Joy became unhinged on Saturday evening. She did all this posting. What I have learned about Katie Joy is that when she finds out something someone said about her and she doesn't like that she's being portrayed in a negative light, she will instantly become unhinged, and she doesn't wait a few days. Katie Joy, when people ask why are others so negative towards you, why respond with jealousy? Focus on the task at hand. Nobody, well, I can only speak for myself. There's nothing to be jealous of. You don't cover these cults. You exploit the victim of these cults. What have you done for anyone in a cult? I'll wait. No, never mind. I won't wait. You have done shit for nobody. Not one person from a cult has come forward and said how grateful they are. Katie Joy is my hero. She saved me from this. Nobody has done that. Absolutely nobody has done that. You monetizing your exploitation of victims from cults. So why judge someone else for trying to make a coin? And once again, Katie Joy, you're not profitable. You're not lucrative. Accept that. Would love to know and have a conversation with these people that you claim, these podcasters and these YouTube creators that you have a relationship with. What kind of people are they that they enable your bad behavior? Katie Joy uses her son by saying that she has a job that gives her the flexibility to balance her son's needs. Huh? That is a joke, because the flexibility is obviously not working out for you. Katie Joy, I can show people how you dropped the ball by not keeping up with something so important and vital that you yourself explained to your audience that was life-saving for him. This life-saving medication you let expire and did not replenish it, and then blame the poor nurses because you made yourself an utter fool by trying to prove to people what a present and good mom you are. No, you're not, in my opinion. This clip shows that.
So let me show you what his medicine looks like, just so you can see it. So the medication that they take to save your life is called Solucortef. Oh, looks like we need to order some. But this is what it looks like. Here it is. A bunch of them. And you have to have needles. Some more though, because I only see one in there. This is one. I think this is expired. Yeah, they're all expired. They're all expired. I'll have to order some more. So anyways, that tiny little bottle is not prominently carried. So if you think of it this way, like epinephrine and those type of things are typically carried in an ambulance, but someone who has adrenal insufficiency, if they don't get that shot, they can die. So no, well, we have a ton of them. So we order a ton of them, but we have nurses that X out and get rid of the expired ones. So we have an expired, our nurses manage all of his medication. So there's a bucket with all of his expired meds, and then they properly dispose. If he has no pituitary gland, so he doesn't make any hormones at all, we have to replace all of them.
Cannot admit when you fucked up, KJ. So you do what you do best. Throw someone else under the bus. And in this case, it was the nurse. Bless her heart. And with all this flexibility she has with this job, she cannot even put the phone down and help with her son. It looks like the only way her husband could get her attention to help with their kid was to communicate via text message. Bear in mind, these people live in the same house. And as for the Tooth Fairy alias, Katie Joy did confirm that that is her husband's name in the house.
Well said. Whoa. Tooth Fairy, that's my husband's name. Don't worry about it.
Your neurospicy self needs to stop including your son in your mess, because eventually you're going to say people are bringing harm to him. Keep him safe, Katie Joy, not use him as a shield. Let's get back to Brenda, because Katie Joy found the need to go ahead and dox Miss Brenda. She found her Facebook page, posted it on her Facebook and Instagram, and then proceeds to try and make herself the victim. Brenda, you have grandchildren, a husband doing great work for prostate cancer, and a full life. Why on earth would you spend time adminning a Facebook group and direct people to harass me? Why would you encourage people to call me a child abuser? Why are you stuck in hate? What kind of example is that for your daughter and grandson? Let me just say this. The way I read this, to me it sounds like reverse psychology, because this is Katie Joy's feelings towards herself and how maybe she feels or thinks that her son feels about her. Are you such a fan of Kyle Lowry that a post about her pregnancy got you so mad that you wanted people to spam my post? All I said is, I don't know what to do with this. First of all, Katie Joy, I don't see where you get this notion that Miss Brenda is trying to get or wanting people to spam your post. Where is that? I don't see it. Maybe I'm just tired. I don't know what it is, but anyway. And what can you do with Kyle announcing her pregnancy? She can have as many kids as she wants, and it's absolutely none of your business. The difference with you and Kyle is that from what I see, all the kids that she has, she takes care of them. She is present. Whereas you only have one, and in my opinion, cannot even be present for him. So do with that what you may. Why am I problematic? Because I report on reality TV and cults. What crime have I committed? None. I beg to differ, because when you actually attended Josh Duggar's arraignment via Zoom with countless other people, yet you are the one that chose to ignore the court's rules, because that is how confident you are and feel that you are above the rest and that no one can dictate shit to you. And you still went further and announced the wrong you did with confidence. It was clearly stated as per the court rules, not allowed, and that is a violation of Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure Rule 53. Fortunately for Katie Joy, no one reported her. Just did a separate video on this. Link will be in the description. So Brenda, I took down the post because I knew that you were asking people to spam it. Your group was accusing me of being a child abuser. I knew immediately the comments were coming from you group, or you mean to say your group. That's why it was deleted. You didn't agree to intentionally harass and spread false allegations against me. I'm going to call bullshit on that. I think that Katie Joy took that screenshot down either because she was getting negative feedback or no engagement at all. Brenda, do you tell people to harass showbuzz, cheat sheets, sarcasm, or the Ashley Reality Roundup? All of them share content from both Gwendolyn and McCalty's Patreon, but you single me out. Make it make sense. I'll make it make sense. First of all, I don't know these outlets too well. I am going out on a limb. They do have real and reliable sources. Since you also use their content, Katie Joy, I'm talking about the Ashley, sarcasm, cheat sheet, whatever it's called, out crediting them. And as for them using content from Gwendolyn and McCalty's Patreon, I cannot speak to that. Like I said, I do not keep up with them. I did reach out to the Ashley to find out or get a comment from them, since once again Katie Joy is throwing them under the bus. Not gotten a response from them. Talking about reporting from behind a paywall, Katie Joy should focus on herself, because her posting McCalty's content from Patreon, which is behind a paywall, from a highly reliable source that I reached out to, said this is an absolute no-no. This should not be redistributed, and one can file a DMCA takedown. So maybe she should be more concerned about her wrongdoings opposed to others. You make that make sense, Katie Joy. Laughing at posts accusing me of neglect and abuse. This is your group and you know these statements are false. So who is actually harming people? Me or you? I report on criminals and abusers. You arrest me, the reporter. Make it make sense. I'm a monster? The shoe fits, wear it, Katie Joy. How are these statements false? Because we have seen that video where your husband clearly said he was stuck in a room for 10 hours whilst you gave a fuck. No one is harming you. You are harming yourself. But being in denial and lying. No one is harassing you, and stop lying to yourself to give yourself credit or to make yourself seem more important than you really are. You want to talk about harassment? Let me refresh your memory. During your lawsuits with Tati and all the shit that was happening, you said you had learned how to trace an IP address. And when a woman that lived in Pennsylvania said that she lived there, at the time this woman was battling cancer, you made her life a living hell. She lived in fear of her life. Remember Jennifer Falk, Katie Joy? May she rest in peace. You may think you're not a monster, but you are dangerous and an unkind person that would say whatever you need to get people to stop talking about you. Even go as far as taking advantage, like I said, and using the court to help silence people. Please do not harass Brenda or anyone that I've called out today. I do not endorse or support harassment of anyone. I'm standing up for myself and I'm calling out Brenda for encouraging people to harass me, who then went on to post comments that I was a child abuser and neglected my son. All lies. What do you call leaving your son in pain with a severe headache for 3 days to find out the severity of what was causing that headache, Katie Joy?
Monday night was brutal. Puking everywhere, headaches, so much pain. He was in so much pain. Then it just got progressively worse and worse. Tuesday night, I got him to not puke as much, but then we woke up this morning and it was like he still couldn't open his eyes. The shunt is like this tiny little bump that sits on the top of your head. It helps your cerebral spinal fluid like sift through your body. If you get too high of pressure in your brain, it can actually cause really bad problems. And it can lead to brain damage and death. We have no idea how this happened, but somehow his shunt program, which sits on the top of his head by a magnet, it changed settings. When it goes in between and it doesn't actually land on the setting, the valve is wide open. Fluid is just flowing out. So his brain was like really dehydrated.
What do you call sitting on a panel with other women and confidently saying that he is capable of murder because of his autism?
My son is autistic, so
okay, do you believe that your son could be manipulated into murdering somebody?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Why? And where is your son at on the spectrum?
He's high functioning.
He's high functioning. Why do you think that could happen?
Because they're vulnerable. Because you're actually the first one that we've talked to that has said that.
Using him to gain favor from strangers on the internet, or whenever you need the heat taken off of you. Your husband using technology, asking you to help with these needs. And I can go on and on and on. And these are not all lies. There's evidence. There's video footage of all this. That's just what I've seen. And there's other creators out there that report on her. Supernatural Crime with Nikki, EKCPEOPLESUCK, Down the Rabbit Hole at Bedtime, NEENEE Marie, Vader Jade, Patterns of Problematic Behavior, Country Girl Brenda, Southern Mutton, Steve MCRAE. I may not have mentioned some, but all the links to these channels and others that report and reveal the truth about Katie Joy will be listed below. If you really want to know the truth, check these channels out. And also, like I mentioned before, check out Llama Girl on Twitter and All 2.0 on Instagram. Oh, I figured it out. You make content and want to get paid, so disparaging me helps you make money. And it seems like you want to cover the content I cover. This is weird, Brenda. I cannot speak for Miss Brenda, as I've said before, but I can tell you for a fact, Katie Joy, once again, you're not lucrative, you're not profitable. If Miss Brenda is making money, good for her. Aren't you making money? And money off disparaging others like the sister wives and their kids? What about how you have profited off the pain of the Duggar girls all these years? And anybody can cover the content you cover. There is a place for everyone, which is hard for you to acknowledge because you feel you are above and beyond. And you feel you're the only one with sources. Look at the lengths you have gone through to get all these views, the embellishment, the repetition, and maybe even fabrication at times. Bottom line is, Miss Brenda can correct me if I'm wrong. It is not about the money, but more about bringing awareness to how vile, misleading, deceptive, and a con artist you are. I don't spank. I don't hit. I barely even yell at my son. My son has a beautiful life. Katie Joy, I don't see how you can actually make that judgment because your son doesn't know anything else. So clearly in your mind, he leads a beautiful life because that's the only thing he knows. He is not exposed to anything else. He has friends. Friends, plural or friend. Amazing teachers, wonderful nurses, and dozens of mandated reporters in our life every day. Never once had anyone that knows us personally ever accused us of abuse. Can anybody accuse you of abuse when you've thrown everybody out your life? But you are sitting behind a screen running a hate group, all while posting about how much you love your grandson on Facebook. Going too far, Katie Joy, too far. Imagine someone saying that about you. False allegations that are spread maliciously and with reckless disregard for the truth is defamation. Be warned. Oh fuck no. Did she just, or is she threatening Miss Brenda? Sounds like it to me. Look, I know Miss Brenda can speak for herself, but what exactly are you warning Miss Brenda for, Katie Joy? What wrong did she do? Where is the malice? Where is the lies? All I heard was the truth. You shameful. And again, a coward. What you gonna do? Put your lawyers on Miss Brenda for telling the truth? Thank God he has amazing teachers. And thank you to all those teachers because, in my opinion, that is the closest he will get to true attention. Next time you want to talk about someone sitting behind a screen running a hate group, look at yourself, Katie Joy. You don't even leave your house. Because as you've brought to our attention, you maybe left your house within this year. And I think I'm being generous by saying this 5 times because you've always made it known when you have left your house. Please point out once again where Miss Brenda is spreading false allegations because you have a reputation of accusing people of wrongdoing without providing the proof and still have the audacity to threaten them. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. From what I have heard in that live, Miss Brenda has witnessed quite a bit of your ruckus through the years, and that worries you. They are jealous of you. Keep doing what you do. Clearly, I mean, one woman, Marcia, still promoting her video she made about me 3 years ago with only 6,000 views. Marcia was very involved in the Natalie situation. She even stepped up to help the lawyer involved to get us details. She thought it was wrong, but she can't quit talking about me because she is a Teen Mom hater and doesn't want me to report on Teen Mom, which I barely talk about. Marcia, have you forgotten the help you gave to Michael Sauls related to Nat? Remember how you told him that she crossed a line and you didn't support it? But you still can't stop going after me and engaging with these people because you are a Teen Mom hater and don't want anyone but your friends to talk about Teen Mom. Seems weird that you hold the market on this. I know your username. You dox yourself by posting this. Marcia did nothing different than you. I truly can't with this woman. I truly can't. Yeah, she is trying to discredit or make Marcia look a certain way. More like portraying her in a negative light by saying that she helps Sauls. Didn't Katie Joy also help Sauls by giving up her source, which in my opinion was much more vital and beneficial for his clients who are Tati and James Westbrook? So again, it's the lack of self-awareness for me with Katie Joy. Also, the way I see it is that Marcia actually helped Michael Sauls because she stood on what was right. Unlike you, Katie Joy, you ended up helping Michael Sauls because your back was against the wall. There was no other out for you, in my opinion. She helped Sauls because she felt what Nat was doing was wrong, and she stepped up to do what was right. You helped Sauls and are still helping Sauls on behalf of his client, Tati, that you are now a witness for. Remember how you falsely accused Sauls during the lawsuits of outrageous stuff? You even threatened to get him disbarred. I'm assuming Marcia is part of this group because she agrees with the fucked up shit you're doing. And I don't think she wanted to be anonymous. She wasn't worried about being recognized by you because, like you mentioned, she used her real username. With all that, Miss Brenda did no wrong. I do apologize, you guys, if I got those screenshots mixed up. As I said, all this was going down. I haven't been following Katie Joy for I think about 2 weeks, so I'm still catching up. One last thing in regards to Miss Brenda. Apparently, one of her daughters did reach out and was in Down the Rabbit Hole at Bedtime's section, and she stated, Brenda's daughter here, leave me the fuck out of it, please and thank you. And then she says, not aimed at Down the Rabbit Hole, aimed at unhinged Doxxing psycho. And who else thinks or sees that Miss Brenda looks like Meryl Streep? I think she's identical to Meryl Streep. Just put the salt and pepper hair, and that Meryl Streep's twin. Katie Joy is trying everything in her power to discredit Miss Brenda, trying to deter people from this group because she knows that this group is reporting the truth about her. This is not Katie Joy's first rodeo with something like this. I'm talking about bullying people to take down their pages about her. This is life repeating itself, and she knows very well, even though she said do not send any hate. And by Katie Joy saying that, in my opinion, that's code for Katie Joy subscribers to go and attack. Her followers, her subscribers don't care about that. If they feel you were speaking negatively about their queen, they will come after you. And I know that, as I said, from my own experiences. Then she went after Vader Jade, doxed Vader. Or did she? Because if you're not aware of who Vader Jade is, she is another YouTube content creator who also reports on Katie Joy and is part of several pages about Katie Joy and all the lies she tells and how problematic she is. So in true Katie Joy fashion, she decided to dig into Vader's life and try find something that would probably humiliate her. And to me, it seems as though it totally backfired on Katie Joy, which I will get into part 2. I truly thought I could get this whole video down to at least 1.5 hours, but unfortunately not. You know what this actually reminds me of? It reminds me of when Keemstar revoked his support of Katie Joy during her Tati lawsuit.
A crystal ball. Yesterday it came out that Tati Westbrook is suing you. And you were doing a live stream, and I jumped in your live stream and I gave you my support. I left a comment and said, I'm giving you support. Today I'm going to have to take that support back. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to retract those statements. Can't support you, and this is why. When I gave you support, it was basically because I was sued, right? This other YouTuber, Romeo Lacrosse, he sued me because he didn't like me reporting some facts. And I thought this was a similar situation. But come to find out, allegedly, a lot of people saying that you were kind of like stalking Tati Westbrook, allegedly. And then, come to find out, you were threatening to sue other YouTubers because you didn't like what they were saying about you. And then I found out today that you actually sued another YouTuber because you didn't like what they said. Allegedly. Again, I don't know if any of this is true. This is just what I've been seeing, watching all these videos and trying to figure everything out, right? So I can't really support you.
And then she became so pissed off that she falsely led her audience to actually believe that Keemstar was not paying his taxes, whereas she intentionally left out the part where it showed that he did pay his taxes. And also, she accused him of being an arsonist and other things. She's like a child that cannot get her own way and then throws a tantrum. The saddest thing about all this is that Katie Joy is not a child. She's a grown-ass woman that cannot take accountability, cannot acknowledge when she is wrong. Same way she fabricated shit about Kim, she fabricated shit about Vader. And she is also attacking Llama Girl, which is an absolute oh hell to the fucking no. So with all that said, before I go, I would like to leave you guys the screenshot, and all I have to say for now is wow. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your life to watch my content. I appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. And again, a huge thank you goes to Balls 2.0 and Llama Girl for allowing me to use their screenshots and screen recordings. I am truly, truly appreciative. I will have part 2 up soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And don't forget, make good memories. Oh, one last thing. Remember to go and check out all the other creators I listed in the description box. Give them some support. Yeah, their perspective. It's always good to hear different sides or different people's perspective of things. So that's it. Bye, guys.